What's up, everybody? This is The Truth, back at you with another video yet again, and in this video I want to expose to you how women determine your worth in the dating game, in everything. Alright, so let's just go ahead and get into this so that way I can go through it with you. Now, there are a few things that women look for to determine your worth. If you're worth even given a chance, if you're worth going on a date with, whatever the case may be, whatever the situation is, this is going to be a few ways that women determine your worth. Alright, so I'm gonna start off with, well, for one, what you wear. Alright, so say you're the type of person, you're wearing Nike, shopping at Walmart, all that shit. You honestly think you're going to get a date like that? You think you're going to catch anybody's attention like that? No. See, the thing is, these are the things that women look for. These are a list of like some of the top brands. You got to realize in this, women are determining your worth. Are you wearing generic shit? Are you wearing shit from a flea market? Or are you wearing name brand clothing? Are you wearing Hermes? Are you wearing Prada? Are you wearing Gucci, Dior, Dolce & Gabbana, Ralph Lauren, Versace, Armani? Let's just take this into account. For example, a fucking Rolex. The price of a Rolex at its lowest is $7,500 and up. That's the lowest that a Rolex will probably go is $7,500. So if you think a Rolex doesn't determine that you have money, you're fucking insane. Armani, Versace, Dior, Gucci, Prada, come on now. Motherfucker, you're wearing Faded Glory and Nike. You're wearing shit from Walmart. You're wearing shit you could get at Walmart. And you think that doesn't stand out as, that you don't think that doesn't determine your worth in any way? You're crazy. You are really crazy. And this is another way how women calculate or determine your worth. So, another thing to look into is going to be where you shop. Such as places like, Bergdorf Goodman, Nordstrom, Neiman Marcus, Barney's New York, Saks Fifth Avenue, Bloomingdale. Think about that shit, man. All of this determines your worth. These are some of the most expensive places to shop at. You meet women at these places. Some women can afford to go to these places on their own. Broke bitches, they're looking for men who shop at these places. Motherfucker, you're shopping at Walmart, okay? You got to think about that. You're shopping at Walmart. You're shopping at thrift stores and flea markets. Ain't nobody going to recognize you. Well, women won't. They're going to look at you as a low budget. Sorry about that. They are going to look at you as if you are a low budget failure. And that's not me trying to be rude. That's just me being honest. You're over there shopping at thrift stores and shit. They're looking for men who shop for name brand stuff. That's how they determine your worth. They see you wearing some $5 shirt and shit like that. What do you think that says about you? It says that you're cheap. It says that you don't really have a whole lot of money to spend, that you're on a low income or minimum wage or whatever it is. It's basically showing that you're not a big spender. And as we all know, us men know that women, they love money. They love to spend money. They love materialistic shit. And that's truth. I don't give a fuck. Now, once again, I will state, not all women are like this. There are like a 1 to 5%, of women that are not like this, but the other 90% makes the other 5% or 1%, it kind of puts them at the bottom of the barrel. They don't stand out. So, yeah, like I said, you're shopping at Walmart, for fuck's sake, in comparison to Bloomingdale's and Saks. Come on. No. Another thing that a lot of people may not know, or men may not know, that are still under the illusion, still living under the illusion that women are not like this. Well, the next thing that you got to look at is what kind of food you buy. All right, and if you don't think that means anything, trust me, that can say a lot as well. For example, these are facts. Eating a healthy diet versus an unhealthy one costs about $1.50 more a day, which might not sound like much, but works out more than $2,000 more per year on the average family of four's grocery bill. All right, so that's $2,000 more than the average person without a relationship or a family would pay. So the average family spends about $6,600 per year on food. So you add $2,000 to that, and you've got $8,600 per year. All right. So a person who has $8,600 just to spend on food, you're telling me this does not, in a woman's eyes, determine your worth? Motherfucker, you're living on ramen noodles. All right? You're living on noodles. All right? You're broke. I mean, yeah, that says a lot about shopping. Has a lot to do, because there are some women who go around in stores, picking up men or looking for men in grocery stores. And what are they looking? They're not looking at a motherfucker in the goddamn 98-cent canned food section. No. If you can afford to buy healthy food, that means you can afford to take care of yourself. It actually says a lot about a person on what kind of food they buy, what they wear, and where they shop. All right? That actually says a lot about a person, especially a man. To a woman, through a woman's perspective, that is. Okay, so the next one, this is going to go for basically your low-budget broke bitches. Women. Do you stay in shape? Now, you'll see, there's the one thing I've noticed is you will see a fat woman with a skinny man, or a skinny man with a fat woman. But the fact is, you are never going to see a skinny, fine-ass woman with a fat man. And this is fact. Unless he has what? Give it a second. Oh, money. Yes, that's the only way. Other than that, bottom of the barrel, basically. Alright, so getting into another topic, and you will hear this on a lot of dates. If you're taking a woman out on a date, you will notice this question being asked a lot. And I mean a lot, from a ton of them, almost all of them. They give you the illusion that they're interested in your hobbies. They give you the illusion that they're interested in your job. Well, one thing that is true about that, they are interested in your job. And it's for the simple fact, this is one of the ways that they determine how much you are worth. And when I say worth, I mean how much you make, how much you get, what you can provide, what you can give her, what you can do for her. All right. And a lot of people don't get this. That's why whenever it came to the dating game, anytime I'd hear a bitch always asking me where I work and shit like that, it's not that I'm ashamed. It's just that I already know what she's trying to fucking do. All right, so what's your occupation? This matters, and a lot. Okay, I'll just give you some examples. Like a physician, for example, his annual salary would be $195,842 per year. All right? That's almost $200,000 a year. All right? And you got to think about this too. If me as a man, if I'm looking at this and I'm finding this, what makes you think women have not already looked up this stuff? All right? Think about that. Why do you think they don't fuck with broke men, men on disability, men who work at low income jobs? I mean, some will, low budget bitches will. But the ones that take care of themselves, stay in shape, got all that makeup on, look fine as hell, blah, blah, blah. You think they're trying to fuck with somebody broke? Hell no. And that also falls a part of what I discussed in my previous video about alimony and marriage and all that shit. This ties into that. Alright, so I already discussed with you how much a physician's annual salary is. So number 2 on the list is a pharmacy manager, in which his annual salary would be $146,412. And you honestly think your job doesn't matter, that they don't care about your job? This is why they want to know where you work. They want to know, basically, they're trying to calculate in their head how much you are making. Alright, so number 3, a pharmacist's annual salary is $127,120. An enterprise architect's annual salary is $115,944. A corporate counsel annual salary is $115,580. A software development manager's annual salary is $108,879. A physician assistant annual salary $108,761. A software engineering manager annual salary $107,479. A nurse practitioner annual salary $106,962. A software architect annual salary $105,329. Engineering manager annual salary $105,260. An applications development manager annual salary $104,048. A plant manager annual salary $103,892. An IT program manager's annual salary is $102,969. A solutions architect $102,160. Financial planning and analysis manager $102,155. Data architect annual salary $101,900. All right, a strategy manager annual salary $101,754. A systems architect is $101,984. A scrum master annual salary, and this is where it starts going down the list at number 20, which only makes $98,239. But honestly, that is still plenty. That is still enough. They're still making bank. All right. So a consulting manager. And you will see a lot of women in this position as well. But the annual salary is $97,154. An attorney's annual salary is $96,678. A cloud engineer, $96,449. A tax manager's annual salary is $96,175. And finally on the list, a data scientist's annual salary is $96,116. Meanwhile, you work at Burger King and you're making approximately $18,042 a year. Now you do that Burger King job and compare that to the whole fucking 25 other jobs that I listed, which none of them go below $95,000 a year. You honestly think them women ain't paying attention to your job to determine your worth? Think again, man. It's about how your job, and like I said before, you'll notice these women will ask you a lot about where you work. Almost every date you go into, they want to know where you work. They want to know, do you have a car? They want to know where you live. I mean, just for example, you think where you live don't matter? Think again. This also determines your worth of where you live. Atherton, California, that's a rich location. Cherry Hills Village, Colorado. These are places that determine your worth. Scarsdale, New York. Los Altos Hills, California. Short Hills, New Jersey. Hillsborough, California. Old Greenwich, Connecticut. Bronxville, New York. These are locations where wealthy people live, people with those 25 jobs listed above, while you're living in the projects. And you honestly think these women want you more than somebody who lives in those locations? You better wake up to reality, because these women ain't looking for broke people like that. Only broke women are willing to settle with broke men. That's it. That's really it. And that's because you're easier to manipulate. You're more gullible. I'm not trying to offend any men in this, but you're more stupid than somebody, who has one of those jobs. Because these men that have these jobs, they are used to women throwing themselves at them, begging them, crying over them. It doesn't matter how they treat them. They could beat her ass and she'll say she slipped and fell. It's because he's bringing in that fucking kind of money, and she ain't doing that. He's making more than her, and guess what? If that begging shit don't work, guess what she's going to do? She's going to divorce him and go into separation alimony, rehabilitation alimony, or if she's disabled, go into permanent alimony, where he has to pay her, X amount of money for the rest of his life until either he dies or she dies or she finds somebody else. But like I said in my previous videos, she is not going to look for anybody else. She may fuck somebody else, but she will never get married to anybody else, because she already has that check for life from you. Alright? Or from that rich guy. Like I said, $96,000 compared to $18,000 a year. They ain't even trying to notice you like that. That's honesty. But anyway, like your fucking house determines your worth. They want a guy with a big house, just for example, and this is the reason, a 2-story house, will obviously vary greatly with all the costly variables involved. So the cost, normally could range between $151,837 and $430,649. Meanwhile, you, not saying all of you, but some of you may be living in an apartment complex. Compare that. Who do you think they're going to take? They want somebody who has their own house that also works in court cases for divorce. They could fight over the house. Who gets what? She's going to get 50% of what he makes, what he has made or whatever anyway. Through alimony alone. And God forbid, like I said, child support. You're fucked either way. And they could claim, depending on where you stay, they could claim squatter rights and never have to leave. They could live there fucking free while you're paying all the bills. But anyway, the fact is they're going to take somebody who has that kind of house over somebody who lives in an apartment, or an ordinary house. And because your house can also determine how much you are worth. Well, I guess you could say somewhat net worth. Your value, how much you are worth. Okay, so another thing to look at is what kind of car you drive. All right, are you in a rust bucket? Are you in some low budget car, $5,000 car, $10,000 car? They're looking at that shit. They're looking at you like you're a bum. Oh, this broke ass car. There are men who have been turned down because of the kind of car they drive, because it's a broke ass car. It's a cheap car. Shit like that. They also look at how you manage your car. Are you keeping the oil changed? Are you keeping the paint job fresh? What size of wheels does it have? The rims? You name it. All of this can determine your worth of how good you take care of your vehicle. Alright? And this also is in her benefit anyway, no matter how you look at it. Okay, compare your fucking rust bucket to a $274,390 Lamborghini. Compare that to your rust bucket. Compare that to your standard everyday car. Of course that person with that Lamborghini is going to stand out. All right. I mean, another example, the Mercedes-Benz E-Class E400. The E400 starting price is $58,900, for the E-Class coupe. All right. And I'm just using this as an example. If you have $58,900 to spend on a car, that's obviously going to stand out that you have a very decent amount of money. Even the convertible models start at $66,300 and the wagon models start at $63,050. So if you think your car does not determine your worth, if you think women are not paying attention to the car that you drive and that they're not thinking about how much you make based on the kind of car you drive, then I don't know what to say. I really don't. I do, but I'm trying to be polite. But anyway, here's another one, and this one can fall under a rich woman and a low budget female. All right, the Christian marriage, religion. All right, the reason a lot of women will go with a man who is religious is for the simple fact is that he is taught since birth to be gullible. All right, because Christians believe that marriage is a gift from God, one that should not be taken for granted. It is the right atmosphere to engage in sexual relations to build a family life, and this falls all a part of the plan of any woman on earth, to get with a guy. And this guy has been taught his whole life since childhood, to be chivalrous, to have chivalry, to open a door for a woman, to do everything for a woman, to be the provider and the protector, to, they become one flesh, a man and a woman become one flesh, to, he basically has been taught his whole life to be a voluntary slave, to give up his life, to give up his wants and needs, and sacrifice his wants and needs for someone else, which would be his wife. And yeah, if you think there's women that don't go to church for this reason, you're an idiot. If you think that men don't go to church just to find some easy women for pussy, you're a fucking idiot. And I'm not saying all men and I'm not saying all women go to church for this reason. So do not get that twisted. Do not get me wrong. There are people who legitimately believe in God, and yes, okay, I respect that. But there are infiltrators in churches that literally go in just looking for prey, just looking for people that are gullibles, people that they can use to their benefit. This is fact that both men and women do this. Men are just going there. A lot of men are going there for sex, and there are a lot of women going to church looking for gullible men to prey upon because of how they were raised and what they believe in. All right, but anyway, so to get to the last topic, there is another one. Did you go to or graduate college? Now, this is another one that basically ties into money as well. Not only that, it spells out that you're educated, you're smart and intelligent. And the reason I'm saying this ties in and determines your worth as well. For one, you're college educated. You can basically get a job almost anywhere, because of your education. And according to the college, the average cost of tuition and fees for the years of 2017 through 2018 school year was $34,740 at private colleges, $9,970 for state residents at public colleges, and $25,620 for out-of-state residents as attending public universities. All right, so that's a lot of money. And, even if it is, some of it was given to you by your parents or you were given a grant or whatever the case may be, it does not matter. The fact is that you could still afford this, and other women that are in college or out of college or never went to college, they can prey upon this. They can, they can use this to determine your worth. They can find out, hey, is this man worth anything? Does he have any money? And all of this ties into money. Marriage ties into money. Where you work ties into how much you make. College determines how much you make. Religious, gullible men. Like I said, the kind of car you drive, how the size of your house, where you live, you name it. All of this, your occupation, do you stay in shape? What kind of food you buy, where you shop, and what you wear. All of this determines your worth to a woman. And if you ain't got the best of the best and none of this shit, they don't see you as valuable. They see you as worthless. They see you as something that they cannot use. Like I said, not all women, but most women. At least 95% of the female of the American female population. Like I said, I don't know anything. I don't know shit about other countries, women in other countries. So I'm only speaking on American women. And like I said, not all of them, just at least 95% of them. The good ones are hard to find, and it's only because of how many women are out there to use men and exploit men for their own selfish gain. Alright, so yeah, these are all factors that play in to determine your worth. So whenever you got turned down for just coming as you and whatever you may have been wearing, wherever you may live, wherever you took her on a date, wherever you shop, women are looking at this, and they're basically human walking calculators. Just constantly. The women are smart. Women are not stupid, and that I will applaud them. I will compliment them on that. Women are very manipulative. They are thinking ahead in just about everything that they do that involves a man. They are always trying to find out if a man is worth anything, if he will benefit their life or make their life more complicated. All right. So I just wanted to expose this to you and basically give you a heads up. For these men who, don't understand this concept. But anyway, this was a video from The Truth. Thank you all for watching. If you liked the video, then please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I will catch you in my next video.